Hi everyone, this is Edna again coming to you from Phoenix, Arizona. And today we are going to talk about men's health. Somebody might wonder, why are you talking about men's health when you are a female? I just happen to be a medical provider and I get to see a wide population of humans and men included, and I see common factors that affect men. So today we're going to discuss maybe 3 or 4 different things that men need to keep in mind to be able to take care of their health that might affect their health as they're growing up. When you're younger, you get away with a lot of stuff. The older you get, you start struggling with a little bit of health issues here and there. So it's important to keep that in mind so that you can take care of yourself. According to the World Health Organization, the leading cause of health issues with men is heart problems. Why is that? I normally kind of wonder about that, but now that I've gotten to see a wider population of men, I've come to understand why heart problems, talking about heart problems, is the leading cause of death in men. A lot of men, when you walk around, actually the other day I was almost walking around taking videos of really the midsection of most men. A lot of men carry a lot of fat, belly fat, what we call central obesity. If you live in Africa, it's the beer belly, or it's considered as it's considered that most people that are wealthy, you should see them with a bigger tummy. They have more wealth. It's shown in how much they eat. It's in their belly. But I'm going to tell you this, and this also affects the low income people. When you come to the US, it's people that don't have money, the lower socioeconomical class people that tend to carry a lot of belly fat. That is actually one of the most dangerous fats that you can carry, because that is where most of your organs kind of feed off. If you have a lot of belly fat, it's going to affect high blood pressure. It's going to affect cholesterol. It's going to affect diabetes. Those 3 things are actually the leading cause of heart problems. Chances are, if you have diabetes, if you have high cholesterol, if you have high blood pressure, your heart is going to be affected. So how do we prevent us from being affected with these common disease processes that's affecting men worldwide? Eat healthy. Exercise. You don't have to go to the gym every day, but be active. Don't sit down, eat, and expect, especially in Africa, it seems like the wealthier you are, the more you want to sit down and hire a lot of help to do your work for you. That is good in theory, because people are doing the work for you, but you're not getting exercise. If you choose to do that, make sure you involve yourself in some type of physical exercise to be able to burn the calories. Because if you sit around and you're eating a lot of food with high calories, high fat, and we're talking about in Africa, if you're wealthy, you're eating a lot of meats, you're eating a lot of processed meat food, you're eating a lot of food with high calories. And if you're not being physically active to burn those calories, chances are it's going to accumulate in your midsection, which is central obesity. Your tummy is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And that is just a recipe for heart problems. So eat healthy, exercise, meaning I normally tell people, try plant-based diet where you eat more vegetables and fruits than you eat meat, like red meat, processed meat, and high carbohydrates. Avoid those high calorie carbohydrates. If you eat a lot of ugali, chances are over time you're going to start growing belly fat. If you eat a lot of red meat, chances are it's going to start accumulating somewhere. So just keep that in mind. Choose healthy food. Eat more vegetables, more fruits, and less red meat, less fatty food. That's the only thing I can tell you. Eat healthy, exercise. Be active. Walk around. If you have people that you hire in the farm to do the work for you, walk around and monitor them. Distance of walking instead of getting in your car and driving from point A to point B is just sufficient enough to give you physical exercise. So just keep that in mind. Second leading cause of health issues with men is cancer. And I'm going to kind of talk about just the three top cancers. There are multiple cancers with men, but the three top cancers that is affecting men is prostate, colon cancer, and lung cancer. I think prostate cancer is really there. The older you get, your prostate is going to enlarge. You get breast cancer over time. So if you have an enlarged prostate, if it needs to be removed, remove it. It's just that simple. It's an overgrown gland that's not functioning there. It's obstructing your urine flow. It's just extra cells that you don't need. Have it removed, then you don't have to worry about prostate cancer. If it's already kind of produced itself into prostate cancer, do a PSA test every year. See your doctor so that they can monitor to make sure you're not growing cancer in your prostate. That is it. Regular prostate exam, regular blood test to check your PSA. Second one, colon cancer. That kind of colon cancer goes back to the diet. We talked about heart problems, eating proper diet full of fruits and vegetables. So high fiber diet is going to help your colon cancer. If you're sitting there eating red meat and processed food, chances are you're going to get colon cancer. So please watch your diet. The third cancer that affects men a lot is lung cancer. And this, I did a little bit of research on this, and I think it's a combination of a lot of things. One being a lot of men smoke, so you have high predisposition to getting lung cancer. A lot of men work in mining industry. They work in farms with a lot of chemicals exposed to them. So all that factors of exposing yourself to toxins does cause lung cancer, and that explains why men have a high risk of developing lung cancer than women. So if you feel like you have this chronic cough that is not going away, you're constantly getting pneumonia. Usually cancer will present itself by, let's say, one side of your lungs is just constantly getting affected, constantly getting pneumonia. You're told constantly you have pneumonia, and it's just one side of the lung that is affected. Make sure you go for CT scan for them to see, is this cancer brewing in a part of your lung that needs to be removed? Because usually if it hasn't affected both lungs, it doesn't go into other organs. You can just do what they call a lobectomy, where they remove your lungs. On the left side, you have three different lobes. You have upper lobe, middle lobe, and lower lobe. On the right side, you have two lobes, upper and lower lobe. So if you have cancer, let's say for instance, on the left lower lobe of your lungs that's developing, they can literally go do surgery and cut out that part of the lung, and you can still just function just fine. So prevention. If you see symptoms that you're coughing constantly, you're constantly getting pneumonia on one side of your lung, these things that are not common. It's not very common for somebody to be getting, an healthy person to be just getting pneumonia, unless you've been exposed to someone with pneumonia, or you've been exposed to areas that of course, lung infection. If you're just getting these things randomly, go see a doctor, have him do a CT scan, have him check you. If they have to remove that part of the lung, let him do that. It's going to save your life. Regular screening, stop smoking. That's another thing. If you smoke, just stop smoking. It's that simple. It's going to save your life. All right. Another big one is diabetes. And I think diabetes go hand in hand with heart problems, because central obesity leads to diabetes. Eat healthy, exercise, try to avoid a lot of red meat, and that's it. That's going to help you control or prevent you from getting diabetes. Another big one for men, it's going to be a hard one to talk, because I want to talk about mental health later on in my video, but let me touch base on a little bit of mental health with men. Mental health is huge with men, because if you go to most countries, men are taught to be macho, not to complain, so they tend to suppress a lot of their emotions. And this is tough, because usually if you're somebody that talks out your emotions, that's why you see a counselor, you see a psychiatrist, and you talk out about your issues, you tend to manage your mental health a little better. If you keep all that issues internally, chances are it's going to affect your mental health. So men, talk about issues that you're struggling with. you going to see a doctor and putting him on antidepressant is just going to, it's like putting a band-aid on a wound. You have not dealt with internal issues that's affecting you. Why are you having the mental health? That is the big thing. Try to seek a mentor, somebody you trust, somebody older than you. And this is mostly for the young men that are growing up. Life is tough. You're struggling with identity. You're struggling with trying to, get a career in your life. You're struggling with, finances. You're struggling with relationships. These are a lot of stressors in your life that you're trying to manage as a person. It's important to seek, I think, friends that are good mentors, somebody older than you that has had experience with life and they can help you kind of manage some of these issues. If you have parents that are very supportive, although in my culture, you see a lot of fear between kids and their parents. So usually the parents are probably not the right person to go to. You can go to your uncles. If you have cousins that are a little older than you, they're doing better with their life. It's important to talk to them and they can help you out to manage some of these issues. Don't bundle up and keep those issues internally. It's going to eat up your mental health and it's going to affect your mental health. So depression is a major thing with men because they don't talk about their issues. And then I will kind of leave the bottom line. I saw an ad that said low testosterone is affecting a lot of men silently. It's almost a silent killer in the men population. Especially, it seems like men in their 30s and 40s are being affected with low testosterone. If you feel like your libido is low, usually it's linked to having depression and, low self-esteem. You're dealing with a lot of psychiatric issues at that point, or instability in your life, and it's affecting your libido. It's just as simple as going to see a doctor and giving you testosterone replacement hormone, which is usually either a gel, a patch that is put in your skin, and it's going to kind of jumpstart your low testosterone. And it might be just for a short period of time while you're going through a hump in life, and after that you're going to be just fine. You don't want your low sex drive or low libido, low testosterone to affect your relationship, because it's a snowball effect, right? You have low testosterone, it's affecting your relationship. You're having issues that are, dealing with your own family. It's going to lead to mental problems. It's going to lead to other health problems, because of course when you have one problem, it's gonna kind of spiral down to many other problems. So if it's just low libido, you're just going through a rough patch in life, see a doctor. They can give you a little testosterone, and that can probably save your life or save your family life. Until there, I'm gonna leave that. We can talk about mental health. If you have anything specific about mental man health that you want me to talk about in the next video, please put it in the comments and we can talk about it. It's an open forum here. God bless you. Take care of yourself and be happy.